Hello. Alright. I think we're good to go now. Yep. Cool. Alright, let's get it. Let's make these circuit boards. And so what I'm gonna do is say, I just want to draw one chip for now. Super flex dot state. Let's see what this guy did. No. In a heated chess match right now. Getting destroyed. I don't think I was having this issue yesterday. Alright, well, if anyone notices any kind of buffering, just let me know. YouTube seems to be unhappy today. Okay. So, let's say x0, y0 width is cell size, type is cell size. It's more of a loss. We're gonna go here. So it's going to be this green background. We'll just say background is green. And then we'll put chip. Should be chip. We will check out our code and see it. Cool. And then we will do order matters. Do this. We'll make it spawn at cell size. And then we'll say children. So, drawable. And that's will be 0, actually, we're going to make this a sprite shaped. So we want to show cell size and cell size. Image. It's gonna be /public /suplex /chip.png. How's it going? You found me on YouTube. What is missing in the spreadsheet? Let's say I'm basically just passing the time between interviews. Might as well just share what I'm learning. So, here I am. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 divided by 2688. Or 7, 2688. 688 divided by 7. Right. 1152 divided by 3. How you doing, Umbi? What does 0 looks like? Very low. How about now? I'm trying not to clip. I keep having this issue over my voice. Hurts people's ears. But maybe I just need to turn off my software. Can I change my mic? I don't know how to separate the audio from. There's like the Mac OS capture. For some reason, the screen capture is capturing the audio too. I guess I could mute it. Alright, let me try something. Can you hear me? Oh, but I don't know how to play the music now. Dang. But you can't hear the music. Yeah, I'll try it.
Is this better? I actually have like the music turned all the way down. So I don't know why it's like competing for my voice, but it is. Okay. Alright, maybe this is what I have to do from now on. I feel like you missed your calling, like, jeez, you're so good at chess. It's like a natural. Tell me how to get out of this check. Tell me how to not be mated. What's your plan? I'm also like one move from mating, but you can obviously like easily prevent it. Maybe 2 moves. You gotta play. I actually just started playing online. Like Bullet, I'm garbage. I just run out of time every single time. I think too much. Even though I'm winning and I have advantage and I'm up pieces, I just run out of time. Actually, I've been doing the 3-minute ones. Maybe I gotta get a little crazy here. Nah. Dang. Oh, I wanted to get a little crazy, but I can't. Oh well, I think it's lost unless I go crazy. Do I know math at a good level? I did at one point when I was still in school. I kinda still know it. I took Calculus 3, which is essentially, at least at my university, was finding the volume of 3D functions, three-dimensional functions. Yeah, the 3 minutes was, I mean, it's fun, but I'm just not good at it. What if I set the background of this to be red? Oh, I mean, matrices, vectors, they're I wouldn't even like, that's lower level calculus. Matrix multiplication is it's pretty straightforward. It's well documented. I know that much at least. Am I just not loading the image? I'm loading the chip. Is it just the same green? No, because I did red. Oh, am I just drawing it in the wrong place? Oh, there it is. I think like for learning programming though, you don't have to know a lot of math to be successful. I mean, it certainly helps, but you don't need to have it. Oh yeah. That looks about right. And then we want to figure out where the dots are, which is row 1. So we'll take this code, put it here. Of course, it also depends on like what kind of programming you're doing. You shouldn't really, I wouldn't necessarily recommend building your own game engine unless like you really have to, or you're trying to have some fun, which is what I'm doing. Oh, I'm gone. don't understand why he touches the edges. All of them touch the edges. It's kind of... Why did they design the picture this way? It's kind of frustrating that they wouldn't just have it be correctly sized. I feel like Sprite Sheet might need to take like a padding. Go into Sprite Sheet, go to Sprite Sheet source, and do padding. Value, number, state, data. Hey Jarvising. Oh. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. We're just making a retro game right now called Superplex, and we're trying to. We got the character movements down, and now we're trying to make this chip something that we can eat. Because we are a hungry fella. So we're gonna go to the engine. Actually, we're not gonna go to the engine. What we're gonna do is go to the sprite sheet, which is here. And then we need to say const padding equals get value sprite sheet dot padding state this 0, and the x will be plus padding, the y will be plus padding, the width will be width plus padding times 2 minus. Yeah, it was actually recommended. I've never heard of this game before, but it was recommended by another viewer. Just a game that they played, had a lot of fun playing. It came out in 1991, and it's kind of like one of those games that are basically impossible to beat. It's also very laggy. I might have to refresh it. Maybe there's some kind of bug that happens when it's been running for a while. Too many advertisements, maybe. This is the game we're trying to recreate. This is not what I've created. Wow. So like, he can eat chips, he can eat these energy things. These bombs, if you let them crash on your head, they blow up. So the problem I'm trying to solve right now is the guy is not touching the edges of his bounds, and neither is the chip. And so I'm trying to create a variable that allows me to control how much spacing is around. Well, I'm gonna try to overdo it. I'm gonna create a constant. We're gonna call it image padding. Hopefully they all have the same padding. Are you also a programmer, Jarvis? We'll go up here, create a constant. const equals 10. Do a refresh. Seems like nothing's happening. Let's go crazy with it. Let's make this 50. If nothing happens this time, then we've definitely written something correctly. Okay. This seems fine now. I feel like 50 is too big though. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring out the GIMP. We'll find out what this padding is. Trying to be? Where are you at in your journey? Or do you know what your path is even? Are you trying to do web dev, game dev? Alright, let's see if I can get this onto the big screen. Go to desktop. Not desktop. Downloads web dev. I've been streaming just about every day, yeah. I've been streaming from about 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern time. So, just the other day, on Tuesday, today's Wednesday, right? On Tuesday, I was programming Solitaire. So we have a little Solitaire game that's fully functional. Of course I get no matches. Super unlucky, never lucky. There's some things that we could do to make this better. We could add a score, we could add a timer, we can add that right click functionality that automatically sorts your foundation for you. We also did Minesweeper. That should be safe. It's got very loud explosion, so hopefully we don't get it. But now, yeah, somebody asked to make Superplex, which is a retro game from 1991. So it's just as old as I am. 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., yeah. With an hour-long break. Usually like 12 to 1 I take a break. I'm basically just waiting for like job interviews to pan out. So like, I mean, unless like I go crazy on YouTube or go crazy on Twitch, the goal is to get a job. I'm in between jobs right now. Okay, so this looks good to me. What days? I'm doing Monday to Friday and occasionally weekends. Maybe at least 4 hours on one of the weekends, most weekends. Oh, you could check out my past broadcasts. You'll see. I broadcasted pretty much every day last week. Saturday as well. Took off Sunday. I think the weekend before that I also did another 4 hours on the weekend. But I have my schedule posted. Unless I have like interviews to do, I'll be streaming. Well, welcome to the Discord. So I think 50 is overdoing it, like I said. So let's go to here. Let's go to, and let's look at Murphy. For some reason, this character's name is Murphy, which is interesting. Because my last name is also Murphy. So it was meant to be. I was meant to make this game. So what I want to do, zoom in. I just want to see how many pixels there are from this left side to the right side. This is crisp. It actually is 50? Oh my gosh. It's like over 50. How detailed is this? Alright, gosh, it's over 60. That's insane. Maybe we just leave it at 50. Maybe 50's not that bad. Alright, let me log it back in. Get that over there, get this over here. Cool. So it does look about correct. The animation that happens here in terms of like eating chips. Let's see if I have multiple chips. See what happens. We'll say chips. And we'll do array.from. And we'll say length of that array is rows times columns minus 1. Sorry, my dog just decided to bark at nothing. Map. And then we'll return drawable. I guess we missed something. There we go. And now we want to figure out the row. So we don't care about that, we care about the index though. Just like const offset equals index plus 1. And we'll say const row equals, it's going to be divided by, so it's going to be offset divided by columns, and then the const column is going to be offset mod columns, and the x is going to be times column times row. And we got to do that for all of these. Times row times column times row. That's not the word row. Do a refresh. We got server error. It's chips now. That's kind of funny looking. The division, we have to floor it. Okay. How does that look compared to the game, the actual game? Just make this a little bit smaller. It looks pretty close. And so basically after the animation, I just need to remove the chip that's at that row and column. I think that's what it looks like too. Uncanny. If it only wasn't laggy. Yeah, it looks about just like that. And so in the chips, wondering if there's a way we can kind of remove it. He's upset. We should probably consider the way that it's meant to be. It's more likely meant to be done. And that's going to be like an array of objects. And that we draw different things based on state. So let's do that. Let's make an array of like the state of things. We'll try to keep it simple. Let's close a few things so we don't get confused. We'll go to types, go to state of the superplex, and we'll say tiles. We'll say it's an array, a double array of tile. And then we'll do export type tile. Not type, interface. And so the tile will be type. Tile type. We'll say export type tile type. Sorry about that. Oh no, type was correct. What am I doing? And chip is just a type that we will be. Not with a Y. I know how to spell. Cool. And so what we'll do here is do tiles is array.from, length is rows dot map, and then we'll do array dot from, length is columns, then in here let's just do a quick save dot map. And then then we'll say type is chip. We'll also add another type of empty. And we'll do underscore row. Underscore column. And then we'll say I column or row. Then it's a chip, otherwise it's empty. And then what we'll do here we're going to be drawing different things based on state. Let's go into debug mode too, because I want to make sure we're not going below 24 frames per second, since that's just about the default. Let's see. Trying to figure out how we want to draw this. Kind of wondering if there's a way that we could just like keep this chip reference around. See if we could find an interesting way to do this. We'll just put it at 0, 0. Everything 0, 0. I have an idea. So we'll have a const tiles equals drawable. And for this, it's gonna just basically override draw. X is 0, Y is 0. And I think this takes state and it returns state. Alright, Avi, you're up 10 points material. Take it easy. Alright, so what we'll do is We no longer need to spread. What we'll do here is the following. State dot. We didn't specify state here, so we gotta do that. Superplex dot state. State dot tiles dot. Oh my gosh, so scary. Thanks for the follow, Mr. Aether Gaming. Welcome to the stream. So loud. I don't know if it scares anyone else, but it scares me every time. How you doing? Alright, so we're gonna do for each, and it's gonna be the row. And we're gonna want the row index too. And we're gonna do state.tiles dot not tiles row dot map for each. And that's gonna be column and column index. Just chilling. Alright, cool. This is it's basically a sleep stream, so you know. Just trying to have some chill, laid back vibes and code some retro games. If you got any ideas for games, I can add it to the list. It's not a very long list at the moment, but let me know if you have interest in seeing anything. We are creating this very retro game called Superplex, made back in 1991. Ah, I see. Okay. Cool. Thank you for coming on over. Are you familiar with the game, or are you a programmer? So I think we're going to take the context here. Let me take the whole config here. We say const paste equals config. Minesweeper and Solitaire, yes, we have done those. Are you looking at the repo? I don't actually know if I shared the link to the repo, now that I think about it. But yeah, we have a semi-buggy Solitaire. One of the bugs is if you click too close to the top of the stack, you grab the whole stack here. And we don't have the right click functionality. If you grab low enough, you'll just grab one. Yeah. I've never heard of Superplex either. But it looks entertaining. It looks fun. I think we're cached. Oh no, we're not cached. I'm not drawing anything yet. So what we want to do here is column dot. Oh, I thought there would have been. What type is this? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Dot. Let me do a switch. Case, chip, break. Case, empty, break. We basically don't want to do anything for empty. But for all of them, we want to do context.translate. Is the stream lagging? YouTube's telling me. I just decreased the quality. I'm on Ethernet too. Times. We should save the state. Context.save. Context.restore. We do row times cell size. Sorry, row index. Column index times cell size. I might have to go back to Restream. I don't think I ever had this issue on Restream. Maybe my computer can't output 2 streams at once. Alright, let's see what we got. Cool, nothing. Oh yeah, because we didn't do anything. Draw. What do you want? You're telling me that draw is potentially not defined? Alright, very well. Nice. We are getting a little bit of lag though. We're no longer at 24 frames per second, we're at 23 frames per second. So now we want to actually eat a chip. Where does one eat chips? Where in the code should we write that? Because it's gonna happen after like the player settles somewhere. I mean, I can technically update state here. I probably shouldn't, but I could. I should probably have like a special on update event. Let's do that. On update. And we'll return state. So we'll go to types, we'll look for on load, not on load, on click, not that one. We'll take this, CID, on update. Cool. And so we'll see if, we'll say const cell equals state dot tile sub state dot state dot Murphy dot row, state dot Murphy dot column, if tile dot type equals chip, tile dot type equals empty. And then we should also see if Murphy dot state dot Murphy dot last moved at, we'll say is moving equals state dot now minus he's moving if the amount of time that's elapsed is less than the move speed. And we only want to do this if he's not moving. Cool. Didn't work. So we want to go. Oh, we're not calling on update. Of course, we're not even doing it. Of course, it doesn't work. We want to go to the engine. And we want to figure out where to call update. Probably just call it here. We'll say, oh, we're gonna do it in the render. After we've drawn everything, I think this is where all the stage stuff should happen. This should return state extends engine dot global state. And that'll be that. So we'll say return, we'll say state, and then we'll do drawable, drawable, state, unknown, we don't care, engine dot drawable. We'll return drawable dot reduce. Should be drawables. Not drawable. Drawable dot children dot reduce. This is state. This is child. We'll say state is the argument. We'll say return update state drawable equals child. And then in here, right here, we can also say state equals drawable dot on update. And these probably shouldn't take context. They should take that. I don't think they'll ever want to take engine, but they should take that. And that. So we're gonna make this take. In this case, data is null. And then this goes to state. What are you unhappy about? Oh. Not in Kotlin land. This is JavaScript, TypeScript. Okay, so we need to go to on update. We need to go to drawable event config. So there should be another function. We have drawable event config. Common draw config. Draw config. I think that I don't think this should extend common anymore. And what we're gonna do instead is say state is state. Signals is engine dot signal. Engine is instance, I guess. We could probably just say signal, right? We go up here and we can remove this. We only care about debug when we're drawing. We can save that. Data signal state and the engine. We need an engine here. Engine is engine dot instance, and then we have to use engine here as well. And signals is also missing. This goes here. Save it. Signals. Take a look at this. Why are you unhappy? Drawable event config. Ah, it's not an array. I think at this point we don't need to do engine dot. Here we don't either. Hopefully this entire file we don't have to do engine dot. Except there. And there. There. And there. Except for the 4 places I said. What am I doing? Okay. So signals should no longer be here. Instead, we're gonna do I guess just make this take drawables. And then we just do this in here. And then we do says draw. Oh, wait. Drawables. State child, return state. This could just be drawable now. This needs to be drawables. So for each one we run the update. We probably also need to run so take a lot of these arguments. State is renderable dot state, and this is that, and we're trying to remove the idea of returning state here. We also don't need signals. No longer need signals. Huge refactor rate coming in right now. Signals. A signals is an engine signal. It's an array of them. The drawable is a drawable of state, and state extends engine.global state. Drawable unknown engine dot. So we can check through this. We no longer want context. We no longer want debug. Engine's not an arg yet, so we need that. Engine dot instance. And then state is state. Context bug. The extra colon. Signals is signals. Renderable dot signals. Alright, let's try to resolve more errors. We no longer pass signals down. No longer need signals. Cool. Okay, so now draw is its own thing. Just removing a little bit of debugging. We wanted that. This is the one we don't want. Alright. So we need to call that function we just created inside of update. So we'll say state equals process signals drawable signals engine. Why are you unhappy? Yeah, you want another arc. I got arcs for you. I got you. We should return state. So down here, we'll say return state. Alright. We're probably gonna have errors in a lot of our files now, so maybe we just kind of step through fairly quickly. What are your thoughts on test-driven development? I think that it is a great idea. Especially if you're building library code. I think it's an excellent idea. The idea of you don't write your code until you have a test to make sure your code works. I think it works. I think it is a good idea. It's a lot harder for things like games, because there's so many different things that go wrong at so many different points. Or like large scale products where you need to move really fast. But then again, like the test-driven development, yeah, it slows you down initially, but in the long run, I think it's speed. You end up going faster. It's like tortoise versus the hare, where tortoise is like the test-driven development, where they go at a consistent and safe speed, but the hare goes so fast that they end up tripping on their own shoelaces, you know. So if you could figure out how to incorporate it, I would recommend it. There's nothing wrong with this file. There's nothing wrong with this file either. I guess it makes sense. I won't question it. I will go in and test these files later. But we can get rid of a few more references here. Maybe I could do a project that's like completely test driven and kind of show the process of test driven development. We could just do a refresh, see what happens. Oh yeah. Yep. That's hella wrong, but it's fine. Everything's fine. So that tells me we're doing things in the wrong order, and yes we are. We'll do a refresh. I'm also noticing that it's not drawing the metal parts of the chip, and that's because it should be 0, 0. How does this look? Okay, that's better. Click here. We gotta tab it in. Oh yeah. Let's do another refresh. We somehow got back to 24 frames per second, which is good. So another thing I wanted to check in Solitaire well, there's no issues. Just the bugs that we already knew we had. That's fine. So we'll go back to Superplex. Okay, let's fix a few bugs. There's a few bugs. If you tap too quickly, of course, he never settles, so he never eats. So let's try to prevent that. So it's on key down. Basically gonna say const diff equals state dot murphy Murphy dot last move dot state dot now minus const is moving is we're just gonna take this. I hate that water drop sound. He's moving if it's less than the move speed, yeah. So if not is moving, then we will allow this. Alright, so we can no longer spam it. The other thing is we go out of bounds. So if state dot Murphy dot row is greater than 0, then we'll do that. If state dot Murphy dot column is plus 1 is less than let's see, columns. Sometimes I lose track of what I'm doing. Down if state dot Murphy dot row plus 1 is less than rows. If state dot column is greater than 0. And so I actually won't even face the left, if, or whatever direction, if I can't move there. So I can't go up or left right now. I can go right. And even though I'm spamming right, I go into the idle state. Again, I go into the idle state. Murphy can now eat chips. Alright, cool. I'll do another refresh just to make sure we're at 24 frames. Excellent, we are. Alright, so that's chips. Let's see what else this game has for us. Oh, okay, so anything on these balls will roll off of them. Good to know. And collecting this makes it shrink, which is nice to know. Alright, so maybe we add that collectible next. Maybe that's the most interesting thing right now. Just gotta do my stretches. Give me a second. Alright. Let's see. You can also do space and arrow to eat things without movement. I did see that in the demo. I didn't know how to do it. Hey. It's just like one of those things that like you have to be told to know you could do it. Alright. Have you seen what we've done so far? This is what we got. We are able to eat chips. And we can't go out of bounds anymore. We can't spam left or right. I actually wonder, what does this do? I imagine that you could just hold the button and it'll go, right? Yeah. I mean, we'll do that eventually. Oh, I'm dead. Okay, I'm not dead. Lag. Lag. Just teleporting. Casually teleporting. It's no big deal. I think this game's killing my network, honestly. Alright, let's see if there's an animation for the chip disappearing, because I feel like I kind of cheated to make the chip. Cool. I'm glad that it has your seal of approval. It's so laggy, I wish it wasn't so laggy. Alright, we're gonna look through the assets. Gosh. There's like a memory issue. It's like they actually like ported, you said it's from DOS. I feel like they just ported the DOS game. And there's just like all these memory leaks or something. And so if you have the game running for too long, it just starts crashing. Okay. Huh. Oh, that's this. This has to be when you're eating it, right? This is like the animation they show as it fades out. Rather than what I did. Which is interesting because like, it's actually, they used more memory to do it. To accomplish what I was able to accomplish with no extra memory. And so for someone to do that for a game that, you know, memory is precious. I'm a little surprised. I know it was like made by like college students in Sweden. But still, I'm a little surprised. One of these is going to be similar to that, where it's like the animation of it going out. Alright, I actually decreased my video performance too, like my output, so that's surprising. I think there's just like I don't know, there might be an issue with YouTube today. I'm gonna close the Superplex because I think it's actually killing my computer right now. Let me see if there's any programs I can close as well. I can close this. Okay. I don't know, maybe it was the game stealing all my resources. That's really disappointing. I might have to get the resources off of stream in the future. At any rate, I think that's enough for Superplex for now. I'm pretty happy with the progress. I did have another game in mind, but I also forgot what it was. Oh yeah, the brick breaking game. I was thinking of doing the brick breaker game, whatever it's called. But before I do that, let me just look at my channel details. Maybe we don't do that today though. Sorry. I would be interested in making this project live on a server so anyone could go on and play it, even though it's buggy. And I think I can quickly do that. I think it's possible. So let's see if I can. I'm gonna use render to do it. Render's super easy to make this kind of thing happen. Let's see, language is node main Virginia, root directory, build command is gonna be bun install bun start. Do I have a start command in the package? I do not. Start. We just won't watch. Very simple. Commit it. Start. Free. No variables. Deploy web service. Alright, so what I can do now is go to github.com, go to this project, which is Game Engine. And I just want to put into the descriptions that and edit stream info. That. Oh my gosh, there's a limit? Oh, rip. Okay, well, I can't do anything interesting in Twitch, which is fine. Let's check it on render. Let's see. Services live. Where? Here. Okay. But here. What am I doing? Oh yeah, stream. GitHub. And then the other thing is site. Save it. Unfortunately, there's no way to, like, not that I know of, to add a Okay, thanks for the update, Alex. Let me go to the README. There's a few things I want to do here. What's up, Zuha? Might hear an echo for a moment. What's the difference between package JSON and package lock JSON? Good question. I will answer it in approximately 30 seconds. Just give me a moment. Just want to get a few things in order here. So, package JSON is it's kind of like a suggestion of details about the project, mainly in terms of the dependencies. So usually there's just a dependencies array, there's a dev dependencies. I don't know what pure dependencies are. I'm guessing it's like something that your actual dependencies are dependent on, and you're not actually dependent on. That's my guess. So package.json in JavaScript world, Node.js world, just keeps track of the things you've installed and what version is ideal. Package.lock.json, we don't have that here, but we do have a button lock B. I don't know. Well, it's it's binary, but the package lock JSON is going to tell you like as a snapshot of exactly what was installed the last time you basically ran your application, or the last time you installed all these things, so that when you take your package and package lock to a different computer and you try to do the same install, you'll get the exact same dependencies as you would have in the original system. Now, I believe that this arrow here just means anything above 5.0.0. Anything. I think it prefers the latest, but as long as it's greater than. You can remove this and it's, I don't know what it is, but there's different things you can put here and it changes what version this picks. But once it picks it, that's when it gets locked as a snapshot in package lock. And that's what's in package lock is what you actually end up using. It's a specific version. And then there's like another symbol you can use for specific versions. I think maybe if you don't do anything, it'll do anything in the 5.0.0 realm, so the latest in 5. Whatever. But if you do greater than, or the caret, not greater than, if you do the caret, it'll probably do 6.0 or 7.0 or 8.0. Maybe, I don't know all the rules, but yeah, the package JSON is more of a suggestion. Package lock is more of like, this is what you use, this is a snapshot of what works. I hope that answers your question. Okay. For anyone who's interested, the game is now live. So if you want to play this Superplex Maker, you just go ahead, click on it. Of course, we don't have any part of the maker yet, and even the Superplex is pretty trivial. But this isn't a project we finish in one day, not even close. I do think, what's it called? Breakout? Yeah, Breakout. I do think Breakout is a game we could do in one day. Can we do it in 1 hour? We could try. We can try. Let's see how good our game engine is. Let me just undo. Let's go home. There's still a fewer things with the engine we want to do. Like for example, if we process a signal, we probably want to remove the signal so that we only handle it once. And that would mean that we have to do things in reverse so that we process the top thing first. But that could cause issues elsewhere. So we're holding off on it until we really need to, and we need to think of a clever solution for it. Let's do a new game. We'll do breakout.ts. Back to here. And give me a moment. Cool. So right here, we're going to break the breakout game. In order to do that, let's go to index. And we'll do more Superplex tomorrow. Actually, also let me update my stream title. Breakout. Cool. We'll do more Superplex tomorrow. And that'll probably just be something we do every day, and then we make a different game. Or maybe we'd make a different game and then we add some more Superplex things until we have like 90% of the mechanics. Because that last percent is gonna be very slow. So let's do breakout. Name. Breakout. Slug. Breakout. Save it. Refresh. Go to breakout. Cool. So far we have no. If we have errors, it's fine. We'll do start from the engine. We'll do drawables, empty array. Width 640. Height 480. What else do we need? We need a state, which is default state. And that's good for now. Let's do a refresh. Ah, yes, of course. We need to go to index. We need to duplicate this. We need to do breakout. Excellent. Alright. Now we can start development on breakout. So let's open up another tab. I keep doing that. Let's actually let's look at the README to make sure I've credited everyone that deserves credit. Superplex, yeah. Cool. Yep, excellent. All credited. Everything's credited. Good. Let's say contributors here. And we're gonna look for a breakout. Search. Images. Game. Oh wait, no, I want to open game art. Open game art. Let's see if we could just type breakout and get some kind of interesting results. Alright, there's a few options here. This one's interesting, but I can almost guarantee that it's gonna be the worst PNG I've ever seen in my life. Go to downloads, look for the breakout file. Yeah. Basically unusable. This is kind of confusing. They look the bar looks the same as the bricks. Okay, anything else a PNG is probably gonna be wrong. Alright, what's this song? What color is green? Goodbye. Never again. Let's take a look at this one. I'll look at it at least. What do you call it? Acanoid? Why? There's so much white, like, blank space. Why? Also fairly unusable. Watch this be the best one. It's a zip. Hope? Hope is restored? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. But why did they pick yellow? Why are all the images stretched? Oh my goodness. I feel like if I just did retro graphics, they would look better than anything I could find. So I'm just gonna do that. I'm just gonna do retro graphics. Okay. So we'll go to Breakout. And we'll say const. We'll still try to match the retro game Breakout. Maybe try to match this. The rainbow colors. So what we'll do is say colors equals red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, cyan. And then we'll say const block height equals 10, const block width equals 50, and we'll say const gap equals 2. We'll say const bricks equals do array dot from. We'll do also const columns equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I don't like the number 13 very much, so I'm going to do 12. We'll do length is, we're going to do the rows first, so it'll be colors dot length. You do Bomberman, that sounds fun. Yeah, for sure. I'll add it to the list. Go to README. There's something about games with explosions. We're gonna map it. Are we gonna map it? Yeah, we'll map. We'll do a flat map. So I got the color. Do we want the index? We do want the index. Let's save it. And we'll do array. We'll return array dot from. Length will be columns. And then we'll dot map it. And here we'll have an argument we don't care about, and then the column. We'll call this row. And we'll return a drawable. X is 0, Y is 0. Background is color. Let's call it background. We can call a variable whatever we want. Let's call it background. Oops. Here we'll do breakout dot state. And we'll import drawable. And then we want to say dot 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 bricks. We'll go to types. We'll add a new namespace, export interface. Namespace is breakout. Export interface state extends engine gain mode engine dot global state. And then I guess we need to make a we don't need to make anything. Everything's fine. Why are you unhappy? It's a string, is it not? Flat map. Oh, why do I do this? I could just do colors. The width will be brick block. Why'd I call it block? Brick. Who calls it block? This is height. This is width. I'll make width first. And then the height is brick height. And we'll turn the debug mode on for now. True. Oh, let's see what happens. Cool. We see a brick. So what we want to do is const x. Well, we could just do it in line. X is going to be column times brick width plus column plus 1 times gap. It's going to be just about the same code, except it's going to be row, height. Let's do a refresh, see what happens. What a beauty. And so we'll say const width equals we'll just put colors first because that's gonna determine things, I think. So it's gonna be columns times brick width plus columns plus 1 times brick gap. And this will be our new width. Okay, let's increase the gap so we can actually see it. And let's get rid of that. Okay, so we can see the gap now. Okay, well, they have no space around, pretty much, so we also will not have space around. before I do this, let me just check something real quick. Let's go to solitaire. I just need to do some sanity checks here. Oof. Okay, so now they lock together. There was like this issue where it would kind of be delayed in the drawing, but now it's instantaneous for both of them. I just wanted to verify, because I had a theory that if I changed the way I did events, that would be fixed. Are we still drawing the debugs? We are. Okay. Breakout. The solitaire actually has like one of the worst. The mouse is too loud? I'm all the way up here. Let me see. I'm gonna look at my streaming software. Really? Alright, I'll try to stay sitting up. I have to stay sitting up anyway, but thanks for the thanks for the feedback. Improve my posture. That's what I'm making believe you told me. Hopefully it's not as loud. I mean, the keyboard's still gonna be loud, I imagine. But let's do const paddle equals something. I don't know yet. I will say const height equals. We're gonna figure out how much space the bricks take up, and then we'll give you a little bit more room than that. That's what I'm thinking, at least. So the height's gonna be colors dot length times. Oh, the music's too loud? Okay. The music is actually at the very lowest it could go, but I can make it go even lower for sure. Okay. Alright, hopefully that's better. Thank you for the feedback. So the paddle is going to be a drawable. The X is going to be width divided by 2. We need to determine our paddle width. Maybe the paddle is just as wide as a brick and just as high. So we'll just say minus brick width divided by 2. And we'll say Y is something. Maybe it's just like 5 pixels from the bottom. So we'll say height minus brick height minus gap. The width will be brick width, and the height will be brick height. And the color, the background, will be white. And let's draw it. Let's refresh. I got an issue to where the server can't run. Over here. We haven't figured out what the height is. It's gonna be brick height. Plus colors dot length times brick time no +1 times gap. And we'll it's definitely not going to be high enough. Well, we're not even using the height. Not yet. But you'll see it won't be high enough. Not nearly. Not even close. Now what I'm thinking is maybe we just multiply by 3. That'll look nice. Let's do multiply by 4. I think that looks fair. That looks more fair at least. I think one more thing we can do just to be... I think like something super satisfying about Breakout is getting the ball stuck behind the bricks. So I want to give that opportunity. So as we're doing the bricks, we're going to do a plus height divided by 4, I guess? Not 4. 5? 10? Okay, that looks fair. Alright, finally, const ball equals drawable. We haven't been putting the state here. Breakout dot state. Drawable. It's gonna be just about the same. But the radius is gonna be, I don't know. The height, we're just gonna do height. I think that's fair. And then the radius will be brick height divided by 2. And then the y will just be minus brick height minus gap. I guess I don't know what's less expensive. Hopefully that math is correct. I didn't put it in the scene. Well, we gotta center it with the actual paddle. So to do that, the x needs to change. And it'll be this instead, brick height. And I'll just create a variable, const ball size equals brick height. We'll just do that. And rather than using height here, and we'll call it diameter. Rename ball diameter. And down here, the radius. Oh, we did do divided by 2. Nice. Okay. Let's commit that. Add visuals for Breakout. Push it. Alright, so there's a few mechanics we want to implement now. So I'm thinking. So the paddle can move when you press keys down. So let's see what that looks like. So we'll say this is something that we want we want it to be called potentially over and over again. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into the state, and we're going to say in the state paddle velocity is a number. Save that, go to Breakout. And in here we'll say paddle velocity is 0. And then in here we're probably going to have to actually start doing delta time. Great. That'll be an argument of update. So we have to go to on update, go to the data of on update, find on update. Alright, so this will be CID update event. And then here we'll do export interface update event, and we'll do delta time is a number. So this is going to be delta time. Maybe this is just something that passes down. That would be good. Data is update event engine.update event data. So that's something we're going to figure out here. Alright, let's do delta, or data is delta time. We'll just say 0 for now. So let's just see. Yeah, okay, no, we're good. What we're gonna do is delta equals before minus renderable dot state dot now, and then we're gonna divide by 1,000 so that it's in seconds. Cool. So we can get back to here, and in the paddle we're gonna say on key down, on key up, state. That's not where it goes. That's also not where it goes. Now it's fine. State. Return state. Return state. Excellent. So we're gonna do a switch state dot key dot data. No, it's not state dot anything. It's just data. Data dot key. We want to detect the arrow left. And in that case, we'll do state dot paddle velocity equals -1, and then we'll break. Take these, copy them, arrow right will be +1. We don't need a plus. Should we do... Let's do this. Just in case someone presses both keys, we don't want to cancel the key out. And then we'll do something similar here. Except if we have lifted data, if we have lifted, then we'll do a plus equals 1. Otherwise we'll do minus equals 1. And we don't need a double state. Let's save it. I don't know, maybe it works. Cool. Doesn't work. Oh, of course it doesn't work. We haven't written the code yet. Always write your code. Is there a reference to this? Oh, that's kind of nasty. This dot x equals return state. We probably shouldn't do it this way. This should probably be illegal. Probably go straight to jail for this. But we're gonna need data here. We're gonna say this dot x equals data dot delta time times state dot paddle velocity. Oh yeah. Oh, of course. Yeah. Equals? What do you mean equals? Plus equals. Oh yeah. It's zooming. Why are you unhappy? Because it might not be a number. You know what I could do? I can say this dot bounds dot x plus, and we'll do plus equals. Just do equals. This dot bounds dot x plus. I had all the logic there. State dot paddle velocity times data dot delta time. Cool. It's still gonna be slow though, like super slow. It's not actually zooming. Alright. Times in! Oh yeah. Times 100! I don't know if it feels satisfying yet though. Times 1,000! Oh yeah. We're probably going to be good at 250 pixels. Yeah, okay, so this is what I want to think about. I want to think about, like, if you're on one side of the screen, I wanted to take a second. Maybe that's what I should consider. I wanted to take a second to get to the other side of the screen. And so if that's the case, then I should just multiply by width, I guess. Yeah, maybe it takes 3 seconds. Divide by 3. Maybe it takes 3 seconds. Even though I'm using delta time, it doesn't seem super smooth. We also need to bound it. So I say const x equals all of that. And then we'll say const min equals 0, const max equals width minus brick width. Math dot max is 0 and x, and math dot min is max min. Excellent. Okay, so let's just make sure the paddle doesn't leave the screen. That would be bad game design if we allowed that. So it's good. It's good. And so we definitely don't want to do it this way. This is bad practice. Instead, what we're going to do is just say in types, we're going to go all the way down to types and do paddle velocity is a number. Position is a number. And this is going to be state dot paddle dot position. And then the thing that I copied is going to go here. And the velocity is going to be 0. We can get rid of that. Go back to types. We can get rid of that. Go to breakout. It's not that different. Everything's fine. We're golden. Paddle dot velocity. And so we kind of need to do some of this, but rather than this dot x, we're gonna say return state still, and we're gonna say state dot paddle dot position plus equals. Try not to use bounds. Plus equals x. It's basically the same thing, except I go out of bounds. Oh, why did I delete so much code? Alright, it's gonna be... This is why I get punished. Equals math dot max min. How confusing is that? Math dot min max x. Alright. Oy. Okay. We're hitting the wall. Nice, and we're hitting the wall. Alright, so let's commit that. We can now move the paddle. Push. Oh my, okay. We're good, right? Okay. Sorry, I thought I was like, my stream was frozen, my bad. I was freaking out a little bit. Alright. So the other aspect is the ball, whose x and y is also going to be dynamic. So what are the engine? Not the engine. Who cares about the engine right now? We don't need it. We'll say ball X Y. We say position. And we say velocity. That's not the word number. That is. So we could say ball. I keep saying back. Position. X. Y. Doesn't really matter. We just need placeholder values for now. And then we gotta say is moving, I guess. And just say, actually we could just say the velocity. If the velocity is 0, we know it's not moving. You can save us a variable. Save us some memory. And so we don't need that. Basically what we're gonna do, if the ball is not moving, so is moving equals state dot ball dot velocity dot x equals 0, and it's not moving. Fine, I'll do it. State dot ball dot velocity dot y equals. We don't even need it. We don't even need the equals. Be greedy. Let's be greedy. Return 0. Let's just do that for now. So the ball should just be in the upper right hand corner if I refresh. Cool. And so if it is, what should I say is moving? Sorry. If it's moving if X or Y, right? And so if it is moving, then I don't know what to do yet. Oh, I do know. We'll do state dot ball dot position dot x. Otherwise, we'll do for the x state dot paddle dot position plus brick width divided by 2 minus ball diameter divided by 2. And then the y is going to be, we still need the same check. If it is moving, then we'll do state dot ball. That's not the word state. State dot ball. That's also not the. Of course it doesn't know what I'm talking about. There's no state variable. State dot ball dot. Why am I doing velocity? Position dot y. Oh, I wasn't doing velocity. I was doing position. Everything's fine. Otherwise, there's gonna be some number, and that number is height minus gap times 2 minus brick height. I don't know why, I like 2 times better in front. 2 times gap. Alright. Does it follow me? Cool. Super cool. Get add dot get commit dash m. Make the ball follow the paddle. What else? So basically, on key down state event return state switch event dot something. It's not event, it's data. Data dot key case space break console.log. Here I go. Do a refresh. Great. We're gonna go to sources, go to scripts, go to breakout, look for the word, look for the string space, put a breakpoint here, get focus, press space. Oh, it's actually the space character. Interesting. What a conundrum. Refresh. Space. Here I go. Okay. In theory, it would go flying. Let's see. Still considerable amount of code to write. We're just gonna make it shoot straight up. So we'll say, we're gonna need this code again. If not is moving, we will do the following action. We'll say ball dot, that's not the word ball, ball state dot ball dot velocity dot y equals 100. Let's just see what happens. And then we need to have an on update. And in here we're gonna need data, state. We're gonna return state. I say state dot ball dot position plus equals state dot ball dot velocity dot x. I gotta put a dot, very important. Times data times delta time. Why? Why? Okay. Maybe that's enough. Oh my goodness, it went flying. Well, this should be negative 100. Okay, and now we need to figure out why it's shooting it straight up. And that's because we need to say state dot ball dot position dot y equals this y, and state dot ball. Can we get away with something here? Dot x equals this dot. No, we can't. Yeah, this dot bounds dot x. So we don't have to repeat stuff. This dot bounds dot y. I'll do that for now. Goodbye. It's gone. Okay, so we can send the ball. Pushed. Okay, so we need to do some bouncing collision, and it's going to be perfect bouncing collision. We'll say we're going to do wall bouncing off the left. If this is less than 0, and state dot ball dot, sorry, there's going to be velocity first. Position dot x is less than 0. Then we're going to say to negate this. That's one wall bouncing. Alternatively, if ball position dot x, what did I just copy? Not enough. If the velocity is greater than 0, and this plus the brick width is greater than width, then we'll also switch the velocity. We'll say that the x is also negative 100, and then we also need to bounce off of the ceiling. If state dot ball dot velocity dot y is less than 0, and state dot ball, sorry, this should be ball diameter, ball dot position dot y is less than or equal to 0. Then we're just gonna negate the y. Okay, let's try it. Bounce, bounce. Will it bounce? Unfortunate. Let's go all the way over. Beauty. So we also say if state dot ball dot velocity dot y is greater than 0, state dot ball dot position dot y is greater than height, then the ball dot velocity, sorry, state dot ball dot velocity dot x equals y equals 0. So we don't have a collision right now, so it'll just go right through the paddle. But once it goes out of bounds, it resets. Cool. Ball bounces and resets. Okay, let's make a list of everything we want to do at the top. If you don't want to get value here anymore. So we want to add score, we want to add lives, we want to add resets, We want to add maybe some power-ups. We want to add sound effects. And we want to add collision, of course. Put that first. Alright. Still a lot to do. But I do need to end stream early today. So unfortunately I need to log off right now. But yeah, we'll focus on these things tomorrow. Is there a reason you're using the Git CLI instead of VS Code extension? There's no real reason other than, I guess, not knowing that there is one, there is an extension, but like, I also imagine that the command line will always have more power than any program. If there's ever some kind of niche Git thing that you need to know how to do, you're probably only going to be able to do it through the command line. So I do think it's a good idea to know command line and know GitHub, or well, Git command line. Anyway, thanks for joining. Let's see, who do we have here? Jarvis, if you're still here. I wish I could see full names. Zuha, of course. Alex, if you're still here. Oh, I guess that is your name. Tarn? Tarn dot dot dot. I actually thought that that was like a YouTube